This week, we are checking out The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I'm Jamie Livingston.
And I'm Sarah Lyles, and we are so approachable. Okay, so this one is your pick.
It is. I've seen this book come up across a lot of different feeds in a lot of different groups. Mm-hmm. It could also be because it is a local book for us. Mm-hmm. So this one takes place in Annapolis, and that is close to us. So I've seen it in a lot of the mom groups.
Okay.
Like it's come across like, oh my gosh, have you read this? Did you know that was at this location? And like, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. We'll get into that a little bit more, but that's really one of the reasons that I picked it. And from what I've seen, it has really high ratings. I don't think this is a book that I would typically pick up, but the ratings have been really good. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Tell us what it's about.
So a little bit about the book. So imagine the letters one has sent out into the world. The letters received back in turn are like the pieces of a magnificent puzzle. Isn't there something wonderful in that? To think that a story of one's life is preserved in some way, that his very letter may one day mean something, even if it is a very small thing to someone.
Filled with knowledge that only comes from a life fully lived, The Correspondent is a gem of a novel about the power of finding solace in literature and connection with people we might never meet in person. It is about the hubris of youth and the wisdom of old age and the mistakes and acts of kindness that occur during a lifetime.
Sybil Van Antwerp has throughout her life used letters to make sense of the world and her place in it. Most mornings around 10:30, Sybil sits down to write letters to her brother, to her best friend, to the president of the university, who will never not allow her to audit a class she desperately wants to take, to Joan Didion and Larry McMurtry to tell them what she thinks of their latest books, and to one person to whom she writes often, yet never sends the letter.
Sybil expects her world to go on as it always has. A mother, grandmother, wife, divorcee, distinguished lawyer. She has lived a very full life. But when letters from someone in her past force her to examine one of the most painful periods of her life, she realizes that the letter she has been writing over the years needs to be read and that she cannot move forward until she finds it in her heart to offer forgiveness.
Sybil Van Antwerp's life of letters might be a very small thing, but she also might be one of the most memorable characters you will ever read.
Right. It's a very interesting, seemingly eclectic description.
Right.
Like, I truly don't know what to expect. I think when we get to the reviews of this one, it'll help us out a little bit. But just from that, it's not a book that I would pick up.
And it doesn't really make sense of what it's about. Yes, she writes letters, but usually when we read through those, I have a good idea. But I don't feel like I have any idea.
Right.
Because this is what? Just labeled a fiction?
Literary fiction.
Okay.
Contemporary literary fiction.
Okay.
I don't know what the definition of that truly is. I feel like Remarkably Bright Creatures was literary fiction.
Okay.
So we've read that one. If you want to try that one, that's the Octopus movie.
Right.
Well, Octopus book. It's coming out as a movie.
Right.
We're excited about that as well. Okay. Virginia Evans attended James Madison University for her bachelor's in English literature. After starting her family, she went back to school for her master's of philosophy in creative writing at Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland, and she got to study under a bunch of pretty famous people. I don't know them, but that's fancy. She now lives in North Carolina with her husband and 2 children, Jack and May, and her red Labrador, Bridget.
Oh. So she seems like she is a very studious and smart individual in herself.
Yes. The pictures of her, she looks well, put together, and seems like she's doing good for herself.
I mean, obviously, I've seen this book not through mom groups. I've seen this book as like book talks and stuff.
Okay.
So I've seen it through there.
All right.
People say they love it.
Yeah. The cool thing is that, like I said, she's from Annapolis. It says that she's from Severna Park. So for anybody who's local, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Like, we recognize that name. It says she attended Severna Park High School. Go Falcons.
Wow, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think what we are going to see some of the locations around Annapolis and kind of like the seashore. And
I hope we actually get to see Annapolis, because sometimes we read books that they're on like different areas and we don't actually get to see the area. So I hope she actually takes it, and I hope it's actually true to like Annapolis and what it is. I love downtown Annapolis.
It's so cute. So cute. Awful for traffic, but
horrible
very cute to walk.
It's one of those places that you have to park and walk. Yes.
It's the worst. Okay. Another interesting thing about this book is that I read several reviews that said that this is a book written for readers.
Okay.
So there are a lot of other books referenced in this book. And there were at least 15, because I found a link that was like, here are all the books that she mentions. So, like, if you are a rabid or avid reader, like, you may have read some of the books that she's referencing. I always feel really smart when I've read a book that another author is referencing. Like, oh, yeah, okay, I get your allusion there. Like, okay. So if that's you, there's a list online where you can actually go and see. And from an interview that she gave, she said she's read all of them except for 2 of them on the list of the books that she referenced.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder, how can you reference a book if you've never read it?
Right.
I guess we'll find out. I mean, this book is right at about a year, a little over a year old. And so it has 318,000 ratings. And so it has a good amount of people that rated it. And 63% are 5 stars.
That's huge.
Yes. So an overall 4.54 is amazing.
That's why I said, like, I know it's not something that I would typically be drawn to, but the reviews are so overwhelmingly positive that it's worth a shot.
I mean, less than 1%. Less than 1% is 1 and 2 stars together.
Right. When you actually add them up, that's 4,000 reviews.
Nothing.
4,000 out of 300,000
Nothing.
are 2-star and below.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm interested to see what this is like.
Okay. So just for that, I'm going to start with I did a 3-star review. I feel like sometimes the 3-star really gives me the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the 1 and 2-star people are like angry. And like we just said, there's only 4,000 of them. And so maybe I need, to be fair, there's only 20,000 that are 3-star. So
that's only 6%.
6%.
Yeah. All right. So give me your 3-star.
All right. Jessica says, this is just fine. It's a nice book you can recommend to your mom. It also exceeded my own expectations. And let's be honest, the expectations were not that high when just a few minutes in, Sybil was writing a letter to Anne Patchett. Eventually, the author writing thing becomes acceptable and almost nice, since this is really a book for book lovers.
Okay.
Right.
I'm still confused.
I don't understand either.
I guess we'll find out. All right. So I found a 1-star of the 4,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And it was from Claire. She said, bitter, woke, feminist, boomer, complaining. A good guide on how not to act.
Okay. That is really funny.
Claire, you have a lot to say.
Yes, but a woman of few words saying a lot.
Yes. All right, so give me a good review. Maybe that will help me some.
Yeah, Liz says 5 stars. Things to do after reading this. Read Lonesome Dove and Outlander. Revisit my penmanship. Start a letter writing campaign. Subject TBD. Hug my kids. Cry?
Oh, that goes all over the place.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so I found a 5-star. It's from Sarah. It says, Sybil, and these are like bold. Let me write you a letter, please. Ooh. And it says, this was seriously a wonderful read, all told through letters. We see her humor, regrets, personal feelings, and everything in between. It felt so human. I loved that so much.
Okay. I think it's really interesting. A lot of the reviews talked about how this is an epistolary, which is a very fancy word for all letters.
Yeah.
There's no third-person narration in this. It is all, like, legitimately, all of it is letters.
And it sounds like she's writing most of them?
Right. I think this said that we're going to get the responses too.
Right. But she's writing most of them.
Right. To everyone and their mom, apparently.
Yes.
So I'm very curious as to how this plays out.
I am too.
We were joking, or just I don't know if it was a joke so much, but just talking about how all of our last books have involved letters. There's just a lot of talking happening in the letter form because we did the last letter, and that one, each chapter started with a letter being mailed back and forth. Then we had Dear Debbie.
Right.
And that one had all of her, like, Dear
Columns.
Debbie column and advice stuff. So, like, there's just a lot of letters happening. So this one being completely in letter form, I feel like we're just going all the way into the deep end.
I mean, we're fully committing.
Right. Full send.
Yes.
So I did want to ask you a question. Have you ever had a pen pal? Like somebody that you actually like corresponded with back and forth?
I did. When I was younger, we always had like those, I think it was in school, where we got like, names and addresses, and we would write to them, they would write to us, and we would send it back and forth. Now looking back, I'm like, we gave them our name and our address, and we didn't know who they
Talk
were.
about our personal information.
Yes, that's kind of crazy. But really, I remember that being kind of fun, and getting mail was so fun. I mean, it was fun having someone you didn't know kind of writing a letter. It was kind of basic, but I love, even now, to even write letters to my nieces or nephews and send them things, just because kids don't get mail anymore.
You don't get mail, and just something that's handwritten
People
speaks
don't
volumes. Like, I love letters and seeing people's penmanship. I do remember having pen pals in grade school. Like, that was really fun. And, like, you wanted it to be, like, your best handwriting, and, like, you wanted that other person to like you.
Find
and,
the perfect sticker.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was exciting to get that back. I've actually considered that with my students and having them have to write a letter in Spanish.
Oh, girl.
How fun would that be?
Count me out. AI all the way would have to help me with that one.
That's exactly what would happen. So it's not happening, but I've considered it. I think that would be a good practice to, again, get kids off of their devices.
Sure.
And having to, like, handwrite something.
Yeah, and maybe you could do not like one individual between, maybe more of a group or...
Right. So maybe pen pal takes us way back.
Yes.
When was the last time you wrote someone a letter?
Pretty recently, actually.
Yeah?
But nothing like... I think, again, the whole art of writing a letter, actually writing it, like where it goes, right, putting the date and taking that time is like outdated nowadays. And so I think it was to one of my nieces or nephews or something. I think it's fun to kind of write them. I love to write to my grandma. I have one left living grandmother, but now I can't read the mail. And so it's just one of those things that it's like, I love that art of that. And it just dies. I mean, it's been a while since I've back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Was kind of recent, but that's not normal for me. What about you? Has it been a while?
It's definitely been a while for, like, a letter. I did date my husband long distance, so I feel like there were a couple letters or cards that were sent. The thing that stands out to me is I stopped doing this. It was a really good practice for, like, 5 years, but I wrote myself a letter on New Year's. So to start the year, I wrote myself a letter saying, hey, Jamie, like, how are you doing? You were working on this. How has that escalated? Or how have we, like, improved this? And, you were really struggling with this, and I'm looking out for you. I want to make sure. And so I was writing a thoughtful letter for myself to read on the next New Year's. So I would go and pull it out on New Year's Eve and read my letter and then write myself a new letter and stash it away and then go back and retrieve the next one. And so I just thought that was a beautiful, like, there's no pressure. I mean, I don't have to, like, when I moved, I was like, oh yeah, all my letters are in here. Can't forget those.
That's cool.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of a good, and it is just a fun way. Like, I don't keep a journal or anything of that nature. So that's basically what that was. Like, you know what? You've been through a lot this year, but you also accomplished this much. Like, oh my gosh, did you get that raise? Did you get the new job? Where are you? Like, you're going to do great things. So it's just like
that's cool.
Nice little encouragement.
I have a little box next to my bed, and I've been, and actually, one of my friends, she was like, you need to start writing down your wins. Just write them down. Start in the beginning of the year, like write really good things. And then she's like, on New Year's Eve, then like that year, read them. Take the time to read them. And then you can look back and be like, look at all the good things that did happen. And she's like, and don't be serious. Just take a Post-it note. Put it in your box, just write something simple. Because we forget. And really like having it written down, it makes a difference being able to see, like, I wrote this down. This was a big win for me. Let me celebrate this through the whole year. Because sometimes you look back and you're like, this was a horrible year.
Right.
And then you forget those things.
Yeah. And sometimes they're like so small, but like in the moment, you really need to claim that victory.
Yes. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun thing that I started doing. So.
Yeah. You know what else you can do? You can write us fan mail.
Oh, my goodness.
People could email us a love letter of, hey, I love your episodes. You're doing so great. I've enjoyed this whole last year of you guys doing episodes. Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait for the day I'm going a little bit longer and then I'm going to cut off my hair and donate it. Hey, by the way, if you know of any good companies that I don't like to do Make-A-Wish, I like to actually I know there's other services that you can donate hair to. And I've heard people say there's some that you can actually give the person who gets your hair information so they can write back to you. Aww. I wish I knew what it was. So if you know what it is, tell me because I would be all about that. My hair grows so fast. I love to donate and I have really thick hair. Thank goodness.
That's how I track our episodes.
How long my hair is. It's so long right now. And I'm like, I just want to cut it. I'm like, nope, 2 more inches and then I can cut it off and donate it. So that's so long. It's overwhelming right now. But I'm trying for a good cause.
Right. That's lovely. Well, I love that for you.
Well, give to people that, need it. And I just love to donate it. And so something that doesn't cost me anything.
Right. Neither does sharing our podcast with a friend.
True that.
Leave a review, leave a comment, share it with somebody who you think would enjoy our conversations as well.
Right. And people that may be home, don't get out much, this is a good way for them to connect with others. We talk about letters that they're foreign to so many people. Well, now we're in this new age where we connect with people. We actually will write you back. We'll connect with you. You leave a comment. We'll comment you back. I mean, because we enjoy and we appreciate you. Obviously, we do this for fun, but we do it for you guys too. So it always triggers this memory where trick-or-treating as a little kid, we lived out in the sticks. And there was one time where my mom pulled up in a driveway for us to get out and trick-or-treat at a door. And there were 2 girls who just started jumping up and down in the window because we were their first trick-or-treaters of the night. And it was the end of the night. So they dumped their entire basket into my pillowcase and they were so excited. That's what I'm picturing when people send us emails and leave us comments on Instagram. It's me and Sarah and we're jumping up and down in the background going, yeah. Yes. And then when we see other countries, I'm like, that is so awesome. How did you hear about us? I'm always fascinated by other countries.
I know. We've got Australia and Canada. There's a lot of England. This is really cool.
It's really cool because, I'm always like, what do you read over there? What do you like over there? I wish you would tell us. Please tell us. Write us.
Right.
I'm like a puppy dog. Come on.
I know. soapproachablepodcast@gmail.com. If you want to send us an email, we're there. We will respond.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, until then, keep reading.
Keep ranting.
And remember, you are so approachable.
Okay, the episode is over. Get reading.
But before you go, review, and subscribe.
Turn on notifications to get the alert when the full episode drops.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see what we're reading next and join the conversation.
We're so excited to have you on board.